Alfred not going to make the trip with you guys. Is he doing anything?
Very little, but like I said, they're being very cautious with it. They're going to reassess him after the trip is over, and hopefully he's a step further.
How much his absence hurt you guys?
A lot, yeah. Our pace has really suffered. Obviously, having that second ball handler that can get us organized and that can defend the position. Frank's done a heck of a job holding it down with RJ and Zoe patching it up, but it would definitely be nice to get him back.
And Dennis, anything?
Scott Perry's been talking to him, communicating to him. The funeral was yesterday. Possible on this trip, but his body I don't think will be ready to be thrown in there like that. I don't want to put him in a bad situation.
So most likely neither guy for the trip?
Yeah, I'm going with what you saw last game is the guys that's going to be playing.
Did you, with Julius, you said he's still trying to figure things out. How you guys just have to be patient. He's seeing things he hasn't seen before. You guys are asking him to do things he hasn't done before.
No doubt. He's getting a whole lot put on him, and teams are definitely running a lot of guys at him, but his approach has been great. He comes in here, he watches the film, gets into simplifying things. We talk about things we can do as a team to help him. And so he's going to get there. I really believe he's going to have a breakthrough at some point soon, and then this will be behind him.
What did you see from your team coming back to practice today?
Great attitude, hard work, real attention to detail. Guys taking a lot of ownership of what happened in the game, and it was our true first stinker, full stinker, and they all own that and they understand that we can't have many of those.
Do you want to see Bobby and Julius front court again?
I'm gonna go back to Mitchell against Drummond and see how that looks.
Will that be, like you said, against Drummond, will that be a matchup thing?
Sometimes, yeah. I want to always have the flexibility to change things up if I feel a need to based on matchups. But we feel like this got to put Mitchell out there to deal with that monster.
Will that be a one-game thing, or if he plays like
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be depending. Like I said, it could be based on matchups or how things are going.
Everybody else the same for the rest of the fight?
Yeah.
What have you just noticed or seen with RJ's free throw shooting?
I think it's just a little tight, maybe. Just up there, just wanting to make them too bad, and putting too much on it. But he's been in here putting in the time to clean it up. I think he'll be just fine. His shot is coming along. His three ball is coming along. So there's no reason for his free throws not to fall.
With the shortage of point guards, how does that affect Trio?
Well, that's why he's so important, because he's another ball handler for us. He's a guy that can initiate offense, who can break people down off the dribble. So it's all hands on deck.
Taj hasn't played a lot. What have you seen from him? And
He's ready. That was just a coach's decision, because I was trying to work Marcus Morris at some 4, seeing if that can get him rhythm, and it really did get him going. But at the same time, Taj is right there ready to go, and I could definitely see him playing on this trip.
This is not about RJ and RJ's minutes, but just in a general sense, you have an older guy, like a veteran, do you see benefits in like the DNP, Russ, that kind of thing? Or how do you view that?
I think it's all based on the guy and his body and his health situation and age. I think a lot of stuff goes into it, but not young kids.
Right. And like for RJ, even in being on the court and the blow up like you guys were getting blown out, what's the value for you guys, the organization, for him to be on the floor?
Just reps. He needs all the reps he can get, and so I thought it was, I thought it was important that we had some good minutes in that game, regardless of what the score was, and I thought that group did a good job of continuing to play hard, and I think we ended up cutting it finally to 14 before I finally started to pull guys out of there. But there's no need to throw a whole game away just because you're getting whacked out of the first 3 quarters. You can still get better in those minutes.
And you have a team that's obviously still learning to play with each other. How do you handle that as a coach with the confidence level, just to keep them going the right way?
You just show them where they're improving, and you correct the mistakes that you can correct. And when you got a group with character, I think you always got a chance to get it together, and we have a really high character group. Especially you can see it by the way we practice today, and the way that they always take ownership of things. It's just a matter of time before they figure each other out and come together.
Do you think the point guard situation is hurt Julius? In terms of the two guys being out?
I mean, it hasn't helped them, because your guards often can get guys easy shots, and right now he hasn't been getting a lot of easy ones. So, yeah, in some regards, I would say a little bit of that has hurt us.
You mentioned a couple of games ago about the challenge of trying to figure out the point guard situation before those guys got hurt. In a general sense, what's the challenge for you and the staff like to figure out lineups and combinations as
that's literally been the biggest challenge, is just figuring out who plays well together, what combinations go well together, and while you're in the heat of the battle trying to win games. And that has definitely been one of the toughest challenges, but we expected that to be one of the toughest challenges. When you add that many new faces, we knew that trying to figure this group out was going to take a minute. And, but we're learning something every day, every game about this group, about who plays well together, what pieces fit well together. And, hopefully once we can establish that, guys can really get into a groove, into a rhythm, and settle in and play.
Marcus said after the game on Sunday that he fully understands it, and he feels like any coaching staff would have to take some time to figure it out. Do all the guys know, like, hey, your role might change tonight, minutes might change tonight?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're very transparent with these guys. I like to communicate, over-communicate to them, what's going on, and they're all on board and they understand what I'm trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to get done and figuring this thing out. So, like I said, it's a credit to them as a team with the character that they have, that they're all in that way.